All right, y'all, time out. It's Kelsito, the spirit coach, getting you in shape and forward for the age of Aquarius. Happy Saturn's Day, so it's time to get structured. It's trying to get restricted. You know what I'm saying? All those good old things. You know, all those good old things get structured, get disciplined, get limited. You know what I'm saying? Know the limits. You know what I'm saying? Know what be making you incapable. You know what I'm saying? Know your capabilities. In the aspect of where it's at, it's in Pisces right now. So you know what I'm saying? We kind of limited right now based upon Saturn being retrograde. Saturn is boundaries, restrictions, limitations. Boundaries, restrictions, limitations. What else? Yeah, capabilities, incapabilities, what you use to gain structure, material. It deals with all that energy. You know what I'm saying? So right now that's in Pisces, cusp Aquarius. So beliefs are being tested right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially your beliefs within the public arena. Now, when it was just in Pisces, it was more so being just tested. It was being tested in the public arena because it was still early degrees Pisces. But now it's just being tested being tested apparently in the public arena as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Anything that's dealing with the public, that's Aquarius type energy. So that's like, you know, how how you associate yourself. So that's associations and shit like that. So we got all these past delusional associations coming back that we utilized to gain structure before. You know what I'm saying? And now we got to see if we want to keep using those things to gain structure. You know what I'm saying? So your beliefs is being tested right now in a major way. You know what I'm saying? Your beliefs in your associations and who you associate with. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So you got to know what to limit, what to use, what not to use. Your beliefs is being tested in a very strong way at the moment. Okay? So, with Saturn and Pisces, this is going to put you into a position where you got to use it. You got to use old people, all these old people, places, things, thoughts, feelings coming back. You know what I'm saying? So are you going to utilize that to limit yourself? You know, or are you going to use that limitation, you know, as a way to still believe? As a way to still, you know, broaden your knowledge, Pisces, about something and think your own individual way about it. You know what I'm saying? Aquarius. So if you know the difference between those two and things and those energies, you know what I'm saying? You'll know how to do it. I went to go see the new Paw Patrol movie yesterday with my son and stuff like that, you know, and, you know, I'm there and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, there's so many people that just like, but you know what? This stuff ain't for everybody. Just like the Pope. You know what I'm saying? And fuck the Pope. But just like the Pope, you know what I'm saying? He ain't living no regular life. He ain't going to the like movies with his friends and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they might be, but you get what I'm saying? He's not lost into the world like them people type like running shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put yourself into that position where you like, you know what I'm saying? You can look around and you can see all of the things that's going on within the world and stuff like that, you know, and still remain you. You know, you gotta remain you to some extent. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like me. So if you connected with me and associated with me and things, you know, like we run shit from the esoteric realm first, speculatively. Things just like I made everybody sit down in their relationships the other day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like about astrology too, because astrology is a very interesting place, you know, and I'm glad that everyone's, you know, just delving more into it and stuff like that. But it's like, I ain't finna participate in that shit because I ain't never really get into it for the clout reasons. Not like that. You know, I participate in a little bit. I'm not totally rebellious, right? But I never got into it for clout reasons. It wasn't even popping like that when I started. It was like, it was popping amongst a community of people. So I just wanted to get it popping with the community that I was in. But now it's like Outkast doing Aquemini shit and all that shit. That shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got astrology reference. Everybody. So what you need to do if you're a real spirit, don't get lost and wet and shit like that, because that's happening. You know what I'm saying? Don't get lost and wet because that's happening. Because if you psych yourself up and try to start gaining attention for that shit, like, oh, and stuff like that, and you wasn't getting attention in the first place, know all them people that's just doing it for the moment, they gonna go back when they try to switch the thing again. When they try to switch the vibe and the mood again. The government. When they try to switch the vibe and the mood it again. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you gotta believe in yourself like that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? People be watching you in different ways you don't know. You know what I'm saying? And you may be discouraged because you're not getting attention and stuff like that. But you will look up and what you think you should be getting attention for ain't what people watching you for. You know what I'm saying? But what you doing, because you just genuinely into it, is why they watching you. So, you know, just keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? So everybody believes their mentality. So y'all gotta reconstruct y'all beliefs. Y'all gotta change. Y'all gotta your beliefs is being rebelled against and changed against. You know, at the moment. At the moment, it's being rebelled and changed against. So don't get weak. You know what I'm saying? We still in retrogrades. When retrogrades, retrogrades are a test. You know what I'm saying? To see how you gonna respond. You know? To see how you gonna respond, to see if you're gonna keep it up. You know, so everybody that is into astrology right now, like I said, don't get discouraged because y'all see fake woke participating into astrology at the moment. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think of yourself like, what are you using it for? So if y'all a bunch of badass motherfuckers using that shit together, then that's harder than anything, because y'all really on a mission and y'all really y'all really gonna manifest what y'all set out to manifest. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really gonna attract what you set out to attract. You know, and that is the space of doing it from the occultist perspective. And the occultist perspective is just, you know, doing it from the spaces that the people who run the world's perspective from. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't for clout and likes and gains and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just anything, you know. And not saying astrology specifically, but if you spiritual into astrology, it ain't for that. If you just regular and you into astrology, it might be for that, for you. It may be for likes and clicks and shit like that for you. You know, but if you spiritual and into astrology, it's different. You know what I'm saying? You like somebody that you know what I'm saying, doing it from a perspective of like one of these big wigs, you know what I'm saying, and what they would call like the Masons and stuff that built the world, and you know, them Jesuits and stuff like that, and all that, you know. So you doing it from that perspective, motherfucker. When they go out and shit like that, you know, they see y'all participate in their world, in the world that they're aware of, that y'all built because of how they shaping y'all mind and how it manifested to the physical, as you know, the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension. You know what I'm saying, for y'all to participate in. If you don't got that mind and you're not looking at it from that perspective, and when you do look at it, when you have that mind and stuff like that, and you start to get discouraged about that, you know, that is essentially you telling yourself, you know what I'm saying, you want to be amongst the sheep. And they created that world for sheep to get enticed. You know, now ain't nothing wrong with dabbling, participating, and stuff like that, but it's the mind you doing it from. Just like I said, it ain't nothing wrong with astrology. But if you're doing it for likes, then that will be using it for a negative, from a negative place. It's the, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you doing it to build community. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it to build online associations and things, and build in an esoteric realm, you know what I'm saying, I would say just like a motherfucking committee or something like that, you know? So you're doing it for that. You do it for that type of stuff, you know? Associations, do it to build associations. That's Saturn and Aquarius. And, you know, people will shape, and if they see somebody being an individual, that's the only thing that causes change. The energy of individuality. You know what I'm saying? If you want some goofy shit, then, you know, so you gotta be an individual no matter what. No matter what. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't just be an individual no matter what. But you gotta do individuality so you can have a piece of you still. You know what I'm saying? If you're not doing individuality, you ain't doing it to have a piece of you. So you want to have a piece of you. You want to have a representation of you. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't got nothing to represent, then you're just going to be like everybody else in the world that's flunked. So, it is what it is. You know? But yeah, so that's really it. That's all I gotta say. We can do the alignments though, and stuff like that. Let me see. We got Saturn retrograde oppose Venus and Libra. In Leo. Sorry, not Libra. In Leo, we got Saturn retrograde oppose Venus in Leo. Okay, and this is concurrently. So we're gonna have opportunities to restrict, you know, things that we indulge in as far as pleasure. Now it may feel opposite because Venus is opposite Saturn right now. It may feel opposite to restrict pleasure. Venus, Saturn restriction. It may feel opposite to restrict, you know, love. It may feel opposite to restrict, you know, things like relating and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta, but when we do that, you know what I'm saying, we should do that for the purpose of like getting more structured with the negative side of Venus, which is overindulging. You know what I'm saying? So we may overindulge into, based upon Venus in Leo, blindness right now, fun and enjoyment right now, entertainment right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. So we gotta, you know, make sure we're utilizing restriction, you know what I'm saying, so we can formulate, you know, how we going about shit. You know, so that may be a thing. But yeah, so beliefs and associations are being tested. Okay, so don't cap. Do not cap. All right. Hold on, let me get my goddamn whistle. Get y'all narrow ass in the game.